Next is the methods. There are several methods in string class. Like just now we have seen one method, that's the length method. So which help us to get the length of a string, how many characters in that. There is a one concept here we have to understand, that is the double equal to operator and equals method. So what is difference between this and what is difference between these two? Okay. So double equal to operators checks if the operands being used are one and the same objects. So if two objects are pointing to the same reference, then we can say it is a equal, right? And this equal method doesn't check the reference. This guy checks only the contents, what contents they are containing. Okay. So if you can see this example here, that we have first one example, like, or before understanding this method, let us understand this equals method in details here. Yes, look at here this example. So here what I have is string s1 equal to James, string s2 equal to James, both are having same value. So what happen whenever we create one string, let us say I am saying a string s1. So if I have s1 here, so this s1 is pointing one string constant pool where I have value what? James, right? Now again I am creating another here, say it is s2. Now again s2, since I'm just storing some variable, I'm not saying that new string, so it will again go for constant pool. Suppose this is my constant pool here. Okay. So this guy will not create a separate memory, it will point to the same. So suppose this guy is having address like 0x12, so this guy will also hold 0x12, right? So S1 and S2 is pointing to the same memory address, same location. So if I say here, if S1 equal to S2, yes, correct, this will return true. So answer will be James' strings are equals, right? This message will come. What will happen in this case? Look at this guy. String S3 equal to new string bond, string S4 equal to new string bond. So since we are using new operator here, so let us say there is a S3 and S4. Okay. So we are having two S3 and S4. So this guy is allocating memory where? It is allocating into the heap memory. And it is saying here it is bond. Okay. So this is for S3. Now S4 is again having new memory, and that is what? Bond. Clear? So both are having different address here. So I can say here 0x12, and this is having 0x123, and suppose this is 124. So both are having different address, different memory here. So if I say here S3 equal to S4, what this guy will give? It will not say true. It will come here and say both or bond strings are not equal. Strings are equal, but the address are not equal. So double equal to check what? It checks the address. It checks this guy, whether the difference having same or not. Whether the difference having same or not, right? While equals method, there's a equals method, s3 dot equals s4. What it does? It takes a value, whether it is having bond, this is also having bond, then it is equal. Okay, answer will be this. So I hope you understood the difference between equal method and equals. Uh, I sorry, it is a double equal to operator and it is a equals method. So here we understood the constant pool here. Now, okay. So whenever we are saying a string strabc, it will go to the constant pool, and if we are saying new string, it will go to the where it will go to the heap area, and if that consider I have a string in a heap memory and I want to bring into the constant pool. So what I need intern methods. So there's one method intern. If I do in the previous example s3 dot intern, so this guy will do what? It will point to the constant pool memory. Okay, it will create that s3 into the constant pool, and it will work like that. So look at this method now of a string class here. So string class having several method like char at, okay, index of, to lowercase, to uppercase, get bytes, to char array. Not lot of methods are there. So if I say str dot char at 2, so what character is on the position 2? Str is having James Bond, right? So 0, 1, 2. So at 2 position it is M. So M will come to this character and here it will display it is M, right? Now str index of B. So this B is having what index? So you can count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So B is having index what? 6. Now to lowercase, it will convert to lowercase. So str1 will get the lowercase here. Again, if I print str, what I'll get? I'll get the same James Bond because str is immutable. We cannot change str value now. To uppercase will convert to uppercase. So I'm taking to different new variable, that is a new object of a string, that is str2. And if I print str2, I'll get the uppercase. But again, if I print str, I'll get the same one James Bond, whatever it is explained here, right? Now get bytes. This guy will get the byte for each and every characters. So J is having some byte, like A is having 97, like that. Okay. So it will come to this array, and this array we can iterate, navigate through the loop I equal to 0, I dot I less than b dot length, and we can print b of I each and every characters. I'll get it a byte of each and every characters of James Bond here, and what this guy will do, str dot to char array. So I can get this character array. I'm getting the byte here to the get bytes. To char array will convert the whole string in a character array. So here this character array will get all the characters, and then we can iterate each and every characters and we can display it here, right? Now, so these are the methods. This is not only, there are a number of methods in the string class which you have to explore. You can just write java p java.lang.string and you will get the whole methods of the string class. Even you can go through the documentation, Java documentation, where you can find all the methods in the string API. So constant pool be understood, and this also be understood, right? Okay. So that's all about the string class. You have to explore more on this part because okay, so let us see some more behaviors and properties related to the string class here. Concatenation. Look at here, I have a string salary 100 and a string s, his salary is salary, right? So this is one string, okay? This is one string here, just a moment. Okay, so there's a two object salary and s. So one is having 100 and we are concatenating through the plus operator. So it will join and store into this. So s will hold a new string, that is his salary is 100. So this is a new string for s. Okay, and look at this method here, concat. Concat str dot concat name. So str is what my name is and name is what Rajesh. So if I'm doing str dot concat name, so what value are expecting in str? My name is Rajesh. No, you will not get. Then what value will come? You must remember that a string is immutable. So string is, I mean this str is remain same, my name is only, right? So if you're printing str, you won't get here this whole value. How you can retrieve the value like my name is Rajesh together with the concat methods? So what you have to do, you can take one new variable here and you can just say here, you can write one more code with this code here. Just write here string uh, s equal to. Now if I'm printing this s here instead of str, then you will get my name is Rajesh. But if you're printing str, you will be getting the same. Why? Because string is not mutable. We cannot change the value of a string, right? Okay, so this is all explanation I have done here now. So look at some extraction related example, how we can extract some characters from the string, some sequence of characters from the string. So we are having char at index we can pass. So that will give me the characters on that position, what character it is there. We have a two char array, it is not separate, it is together. So two char array will help you to retrieve the string as a character array. So return type is a character array. And there's one method which is very important, like substring, begin index, end index. So let us say I have one string hello and I want to take a character ll from the hello. So what I have to do, I have to use the substring and we have to give the index from where you want to take and till what characters you want to take. So both are index, starting position and ending position you have to pass it here and you'll get the string. So if you can see this code here, this all I have done explanations for you. Okay, So look at this example. When we are running this code, we are passing a value. Say you are running like Java string test. You are passing one value. What value? You are passing Militia, right? So this will come to where? It will come to the command line argument, and you can look for the value here. So if you can see this code here, what we are doing, we are writing a string name equal to args0. So args, what I pass? Militia. So Militia will come here to name, and then we are checking name dot start with M. Yes, I passed Militia, so it is starting with M. So output is coming, hey, my name also starts with an M, right? And then we are finding the length, how many characters. So it is int length. So you can simply write here what? Int length equal to name dot length function, not like this, you can pass it. So this will help you to find the length now. And now it is saying your name has 7 characters, since Malaysia has 7 characters. Now we are converting to uppercase and then printing here that your name is in uppercase, right? So we have got the output like this. Next, immutability. I have explained to you what is immutability here. We cannot change the string value, right? Look at this code here. So string x equal to hello, x dot concat and goodbye. So if I print x, what will the value? You might be thinking hello and goodbye, right? No. The x will display here hello, not hello and goodbye. Because x is what? Not mutable, right? Not mutable, right? You cannot change the value of x now. It is a constant value. But if you take a new variable here and say string x or s equal to something, and then if you print, you will get it that value. Look at this example: string x equal to hello, string buffer sb equal to new string buffer x, and then we are saying x equal to sb dot append and goodbye dot to string. So append method will append the value. So now here sb will hold hello and goodbye. In turn, x is also repointing the hello and goodbye. X was pointing first hello, now it has left the address of the hello, and now it is pointing a new address, that is a hello and goodbye, and now we are printing here. So string buffer is mutable, okay, while string is immutable. You can see the output. We are getting hello here, right, in a first case, but in the second case we are getting hello and goodbye, correct?